so crazy. He's just the best player in the world, or what? Lucian ban, okay. What ban fades are you on Fnatic first ban? I'm at 20, 19, 18, 17, 16.
I mean, I literally opened your link.
Yeah,
So the ban phase now is like, yeah, now I'm at 18, 19, 17, 16.
On who's
15.
okay? So you're like 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah, so that was Kate ban. Now G2 is banning.
Okay. I'll just pause it. I'll sync with you.
It's probably gonna be an evident ban.
What time are you at right now in the ban?
Now it's 23, 22, 21. Fnatic banning.
Okay.
18, 17, 16.
Yeah, we're almost synced. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But the last series it was like all about Fnatic. I mean, Fnatic just had the edge in the jungle like super hard. So I feel like this time around it will be more even. So that's why I think G2 will win. But you never really know. They're playing. They're testing their limits a little bit too much.
You think Jaegers is gonna default to picking set here? Because it feels like he's kind of been like, okay, well, now that it's banned. Yeah.
So I guess it's Ashe.
Graves. Graves. Ashe is up. I mean, if Selfmade takes Graves, what does Jankos play?
I think I don't think EU teams will draft like that. That's the NA trend.
Yeah, but I mean, like Jankos was picking it 1-2 yesterday, right? Like he picked Graves 1-2 in games.
Yeah.
4, games 2, something
I mean,
like
they
that.
have to pick into Ashe here, so they will probably just pick Nald and Jhin, right? Like he will just fall back on Jhin.
Yeah, but you don't have to pick the Jhin right now.
Yeah, but I think they prefer just seeing the jungle pick and picking into it at this point. Hecarim is out though. I don't think their Unset is out, so I think they will just pick Jhin.
Okay.
Fnatic. Make me proud.
The new hover. Okay, nice, man. Real mature. Okay. I mean, yeah, Jankos was playing like they're picking Graves, Ashe all yesterday on red side.
I want to see if he's doing that, because he could do it like he did it yesterday with Ashe, where he just picked Graves. I want to see if Selfmade can play the Kindred.
Yep.
We haven't seen it, but
It's
whenever you see this in LPL, it looks really good.
Yeah, it always looks really good. Yep, there it is. I actually like it. I think it will be probably Graves Braum, and then you give. I mean, the thing is, you can give Caps so many different picks. Like I feel like it's so easy to just. Yeah, you can give him Zoe, you can give him Syndra, you can give him anything.
Shen. I really don't like that.
I just don't know.
Like that.
I don't know what they're gonna play with Shen. Like normally when you play Shen, you want like some type of like engaged jungler or something like that, like a Hecarim. But
yeah.
Do we get the River Shen, man?
Unless they're flexing it like TSM did yesterday, then it's pretty decent, you know. But I don't know. I don't like this draft from G2 so far.
Yeah, I think it's
kind of weird.
I wonder what Fnatic bans here. I wonder if they just target jungle, because like Caps can play every champion in the game, right? LeBlanc, Syndra, Zoe. Like you're never banning this guy out. So
it's more about I mean, at this point they should. Like last time they played, they would always five pick jungle, so they're probably just banning to pick something blind and mid, and then last pick jungle for Selfmade to carry.
Yeah, I think G2, if they're banning Eve, they probably ban Lilia as well.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit skeptical on the Lilia champ. Like, I think some people can play it well, but the difference on how much the skill of the champion is shown is just like so huge. Some people just have zero impact on it, I feel like. And last time they played, Selfmade, I believe he played it but lost. They both played it and it looked pretty terrible both times.
Yeah.
So I actually don't think they will play it.
Interesting. I feel like Lilia is just about like it's really heavily about like early pathing and like the invade and like what you do level 1, because this champion can really just run over the game.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh, there it is.
the design of the champion is really cool. I think from just pure jungle perspective, because it's so much about like actually playing with your brain in terms of pathing and dictating the pace and always keeping up tempo. It's a fun champion to watch, but I feel like you need a lot of hours on the champion.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what Self-Made would actually prioritize here. In playoffs, it seems like it's been like
Wait,
what?
so what is open? So it was like Graves was open. So I think if they pick Graves, we'll do Kindred.
I guess it will be Graves. I think Graves.
Then
is fine.
maybe they will go to volley. Like if they need someone to throw in the Shen, then maybe they do like volley.
I mean, I was thinking actually like with the way that they're setting it up, if they end up going like with like a dive type comp. Okay, probably not into this, but he pulled out Karthus earlier this season or earlier in this playoffs, and I was thinking that if they
It's just the Jankos listen kind of game. It's not bad for the draft, but
oh my god, it's actually River Shen. Oh my god.
is it?
I don't know.
Wait, are you ahead of me?
No, I'm not.
No.
We're hovering
Wait.
Camille. I'm on 7, 6. Oh my god,
Actually,
it's the
River
River Shen. The River Shen is coming back to finals. It's so crazy.
Okay, so when we talked about on 2-3 that we really hated the Shen, it was with the assumption that the Shen goes top, right?
Yep.
Like, I haven't seen Jankos play Shen at all. So, but just because it was actually a flex, then the pick was much better, you know?
Yeah.
So I actually kind of like this because this is like pure, pure comfort for D2, you know?
I mean, is it comfort? Is Jankos comfortable on the River Shen?
I mean, apart from that, you know, apart from that, but like Wonder
Yeah.
playing split push champ,
Versus
Caps on
Ashes
the
look
set,
good.
and then they last pick Gragas.
Self-Made is definitely getting himself on another AP.
I don't have too much information on Shen. Do you have any? Like, do you know?
I have a
like,
little
you
bit.
played
Of,
it?
so pretty much, well, I have a little bit of information because I was talking to Cadril yesterday, and apparently this became meta in EU scrims for like a week randomly when they changed Shen to be like a better jungler. So this became a thing for EU for like a week, so these players have practiced it at some point during the split. Essentially, it's just like the 3 camp clearing is really OP, and then like doing wraiths and golems is just impossible. So pretty much you're like,
I mean, I don't really see how you clear that, but and then of course you can level 2 gank.
yeah, level 2 gank is really strong, and then doing crab is actually pretty good.
Yeah, true. Man, I love how the draft turned out for G2. I actually think G2 has the better draft.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
would call it someone to win it with G2, but in Fnatic G2 games, always scrappy as hell, you know. So it's you never really know until the Nexus falls.
Yeah, this is some interesting point defense. I've never seen this before.
What do you mean?
The GB at the red buff, the Orianna like sitting in the top lane. Like, I mean, all right. They're really afraid of that level 1 Shen invade, I guess.
Yeah. I would be too.
Shen Camille sounds like it would just dick you level 1. If they walk in, like, I don't know how you're fighting it with Gangplank and Gragas. Alright, hold on. The timer should be 120. Okay, so I'm right now at 118, 119, 120.
So is he gonna level 2 gank top? That's the thing. Is it are we starting out with tilting people from the get-go?
I think he's just gonna go 3 camps, but
okay. Let's see.
He was very well known for his own gangplank as well, but Camille has been a champion that he is very successful on and something that he is very comfortable.
Is the timer not showing? Why are people saying timer in my chat?
It's also a champion that
My timer is showing.
Still
What?
has nightmares.
People are just memeing, I guess.
The world, he got rocked by Jungle Camille, and every time you hear him talk about the champion, he's like, oh
Okay.
no, he breaks out the sweat.
I guess
He
nothing
does
will
not
happen
like
the
it.
way he's
But I do
pushing,
wanna focus
slow
on
pushing,
the
so he can't really do
Shin while
anything.
we have a moment to
So he
really
will
talk
just
about
clear.
what it's going to
I'm
do.
surprised. I guess Bwipo respected the hell out of it because he's not like walking up and Q trading with the Camille.
Yeah.
Just letting the Camille sit.
Shin is actually a phenomenal ganker. If you think about how
He got
Set is
trauma
a strong
from
ganker
yesterday's
double,
TSM game.
you know,
Level
one of
3.
the issues that Set has is he has to
Man,
set up or
it's actually
For
crazy
sure,
that they
like-
picked it up.
use the phase
For
break
sure,
and that
everyone
gives you actually
everyone
a
that
small
watched
window
should
where
have
you
watched
can
that game,
outplay
then they
or you
instantly
can
like
flash away.
start playing
But
differently just because
Shin
of that game.
can taunt flash
So,
actually something that really happens.
but I love how open EU is to trying shit though. They're like, oh man, like River Shen worked in this series, like might as well just fucking try it for a game. Like,
I mean, that's speculation, you know? I mean, we don't actually know if they practice it, but
well, I don't think they're practicing coming into
knowing
this week.
G2, it could easily be that they haven't practiced it a single game and they just saw it work, so let's do it.
Oh man, he's doing rates. Okay, let's see it. Will he survive? Obviously, he
Back
survived.
the camera.
Look at his HP. Look at Shen's HP. He smited, and look at his HP still.
Oh shit.
I mean, he has to go for top crab here. Or, I mean, yeah, if he goes for bot crab, there's so much prio.
That's too much. Like, there's just no information, so he can't really. He doesn't know anything about Gragas pathing yet.
Shit, are they going for the dive instead of the... Damn, they're going for the dive. Fuck the crab.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, damn, look at the trading.
I mean, it's better anyway. Like, if they can pull this off, it's always better. If Kimball gets ahead, the Fnatic team has no answer for it. So.
Yep. Could get the wave in time though. I'm actually surprised that. I mean, I think it's so much on like Bwipo being afraid to trade heavily in the lane, knowing that his jungler is like pathing bot. It's the fucking. It's the fear of the fucking River Shen.
I mean, he probably called already from the start that he will do 3 camps into base. So, like the first 4.5 minutes,
he's dead.
the Gragas will never be topside.
The hilly
I'm
Nautilus.
pretty sure most GP players would really not enjoy this kind of experience, you know?
Of course, man. I feel like GP
Every
players,
time
they
you
just
have a
want to.
GP,
Yeah, they
you
want to
just
kill
wanna
the guy
fight
level
for
1.
level 1, level 2, and if you can't fight, then, I mean, better jungler wins.
Yep. Agree.
Their bot lane, and Fnatic are getting ahead of that very early.
So how many times is
that's
Hilly gonna die this game on Nautilus? That's my question to you. Is he gonna die 8 times?
Oh. That's a good question. I'll update you throughout the game.
Okay.
But if it's less than 5, I think they will win.
Yeah, sounds normal.
Is only going to bode well for Fnatic in this early game.
Yeah, the comparison between Jankos and
What do you think about the PTA on Shen, by the way?
I mean, it's the only thing you can do, right? Like, what else would you do?
Predator, something like that.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what like people are running in EU scrims. They're running a lot of Predator. Yeah.
For the complete river control, just have Predator ready.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could go Predator, and then you can go water walking, and then you can you know, really dominate the river. So.
Actually, yeah, I mean, then you should play. You have to play Phase Rush.
Holy
so
shit!
after you taunt in.
Wait, this guy's no flash.
Then you can run away.
He's fine.
Yeah, I think just for dueling and early skirmish, I think this is the best you can do. But Predator, I can see that maybe being a thing.
And then also like the domination tree like as a whole is generally better for Shen. You can go like you can go Predator, and then you can also take, instead of Ultimate Hunter, you can take Ingenious Hunter, and then you can go like Locket.
What do you think he's going? What is he doing on his 2? Is he doing like, he's probably doing sudden impact, or is he doing what is the other one called?
He's probably doing
Cheap shot. He's probably doing cheap shot, and then
doing
is he doing
Ultimate
Ultimate Hunter?
Yeah, he's probably doing Ultimate Hunter. That's what. Yeah, I assume he's just copying Spica's setup.
Okay. Yeah, copy NA. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I mean it's superior region. You know how it goes.
Oh my god.
Like all I'm saying is you were going to finals in EU, and in NA you were like what, like 7th place. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And it clearly just more dominant region.
I actually got relegated in NA, but I never got relegated in EU.
True, actually.
I was so close. I was so close being the first player ever to be relegated in both regions, but it never happened.
Yeah.
That would just be my thing, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. You didn't have to play against any IWillDominates in EU, so I guess you lucked out.
I will say Vedius didn't actually touch that on the screen. I'm just teasing him a little bit.
I mean, I remember it was season 5, right?
Yep.
Season 5. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have 0% win rate against you.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I remember both games we played. It was like I was like hyping you up. I don't know if you remember. I was like, I fucking had some interview or some shit. I was like, oh, I think like Trash is the most underrated jungler in NA. And then both times I played against you, your team just like massively fucked up a level 1, and then you just couldn't play the game afterwards. Or like a lane swap.
I mean,
So
back
troll.
back in those times, no one had any clue how to play the game. I
Yeah.
feel like if you plug yourself in and from the knowledge you have now, you could be the best in season 5.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's just how the game has to go, right? Like everyone's like your knowledge just builds, and then the players that are in the
Yeah.
scene like
I don't-
pass the
I don't
knowledge
even-
down.
I don't even recall like what would my like initial idea about how to play the game out to be. I'm pretty sure I just plugged in and played.
Yeah. Try to kill some people, you know.
Yeah.
This is actually really good for G2. I don't see any way where they lose this.
So I think there should be no way that Shen hit 6 before Gragas if the Gragas is actually playing correctly in terms of pathing. So I think he must have fucked up somewhere.
Well, I mean,
Because
I
he
think
also didn't he didn't get any XP from kills or assists.
yeah, I mean, I think that it was just like he went for the bot gank and then he immediately tried to like revisit it when Perks came back because Perks had no flash. So he tried to revisit the ball lane gank with his Predator and he left his top camps up to do it. What is this ulti from Mickey? It's a grief, no? I don't know what that ulti is like. You're not killing there for sure.
Oh no. Did he not have shield?
GPO.
Wait, there's
Shen
Shen
ult. Holy shit.
What?
The River shit is. Oh my god, he got the Braum stun. It's just that OP, I guess.
Did he actually think he could flash auto attack Ashe and then he would kill him, or?
I don't know. Tell me.
I mean, it's always easy to look at it after the plays happen, but that was for sure a big end.
Dude, Jankos is just. Dude, so Shen is just the best jungler in the game, is what we're learning here.
Probably, yeah. I think it has to. It has to be removed from the game next game.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It just has to be banned for the rest of the series.
They know that self-made is on the bot side of the
Man,
map.
they go way too hard with these camera angles in LEC.
Yeah.
So because they knew where self-made was,
Like, bro, I can't even see the game. I just feel like I'm a hawk.
then as the play comes through,
It's fucking National Geographic
But
in game.
Did he not have Braum shield for the? Yeah, I mean he has to, right? Like, look at him.
Let's see.
He has not used it
doesn't have 6
at
yet.
all.
So let's actually try and force this as self-made looks for the ult.
Amanda, come on.
Go. Oh, dude, I can't see shit.
I'm pretty sure he had Braum shield, so that play should never work. But maybe he never played against Gragas before.
Yeah.
Outside,
Damn, the flash auto attack. Respect. I think he thought his W was still on, but obviously still wouldn't work.
Okay, so like, are we actually watching League or is this like some movie?
Yeah. This is one of those mad movies from LCK. What am I watching?
Oh my god. I think showing one of them is okay, but afterwards, like, can we just proceed to the game so we can see what happens?
I just want to know what's actually happening at some point. It's cool, but like I think it's maybe you could do it on like one play that's super obvious, but not when like there's a lot of different things happening in the fight. So like if there's like a really sick like flash predict or something like that, you can like fucking amp that up, give the camera angle, all that shit. But something like this is just come on, just like let me just see the flash taunt. Just wrap it the fuck up. You know, some dude is just at Riot there, just trying to get a fucking raise, right? He's just like, please, man, like. Look at how qualified I am. Oh, he missed Perks with that. It's big.
Okay.
Hilly's dead. Wait, look at Caps. Caps' first move.
Flashing forward. Oh no. He's dead, right? Yeah. Ah, that's a disaster.
I mean, is it a disaster? It ended up being 2 for 2, I guess.
But the kills are just coming in for the right people, so that's the problem. Like, trading even can be fine, but if you give 2 kills to LeBlanc, that is already ahead in CS,
Caps able to turn things around.
it's gonna be so hard for him to play the game.
Kind of
Yep.
disaster zone. You know, the last
Especially
person
Caps
you wanna
LeBlanc,
see
man.
start picking up some kills is Caps,
guy is
especially on a
too
champion
good.
like LeBlanc, 'cause it feels like everyone's like,
What is
"Oh,
happening
G2
here?
versus
When is the
G2's
Bramall
first
used?
form, although I think game one
There we
already
go.
looks much cleaner than it did yesterday. It was
He used it on the
On the
Gragas.
Gragas. I feel like that's
succeed,
kind of
as
grief.
Nemesis
Not
also
sure.
now in trouble.
Does have Flash, will use it preemptively there. Don't want to get those concussive blows propped on you. And
I swear,
Nemesis
every
is
time I
now
see
15
Wonder play,
seconds
he's
behind,
always ahead in
2
CS.
kills
Yeah,
Always.
this guy is actually just so good for no reason.
For the next while. Wonder trying to trade into
Oh, did you see that
Window,
taunt?
has it got a
Yep.
mid-step follow?
Oh man,
Flash, Jankos coming
dude. I
in
mean,
stacking
whatever. He's
it.
like first timing.
That is a
He picked this
very
champ up
damage
yesterday.
attack.
And that's the ultimate from Jankos that we were talking about once
Oh, I
again.
love
The
it. I
solo
love
lane
it.
is from G2.
He woke up
But
this
honestly,
morning,
like,
played 2 solo
this would
games.
be-
That support from the
This would
jungler
be the time
is always
where
gonna
we
be
called
there,
GG, I
primed
think.
and ready to go. And it feels
Yeah.
like that this Shen was the pick
Yeah.
that G2 needed. So many
I
questions.
mean,
were
was this
surrounding
team
Jankos.
actually like super dominant in scrims when you were playing?
Can he fit into this style? And he's
G2?
like, you know what, I'll do
Yeah,
what
or
I'll
did
take
they
the
just
pick.
like
I'll do everything that
grief
she does
scrims
and
and like not
more.
really give
No,
a
no,
fuck?
no.
Only gonna further in a
I mean, the
one
classic
control.
was just like if you had a really bad day against them, then game 5 top Shyvana would come in hot.
Okay.
So it was they were just playing with you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was some games. Oh my God, what is happening?
Wait. Self-made? Self-made griefed with his E here, right? He just killed himself? Okay.
Oh my God. He seems a little bit nervous.
Yeah, he hasn't been as on point as you'd expect from self-made.
Yeah. Every game he played last week, I think he played so.
Yep.
Like just from pure mechanical point of view, he was so clean.
Yep. Agree. Oh, Caps just killed Hilly here. Nice.
The solo kill for Caps comes through here.
A lot of people question why is Caps our MVP. It's because he does things like this.
Wait, so how can he play this better? Nah,
Caps?
no way.
Yeah, no, he literally played it perfectly.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's going to go back in. He doesn't know
And then he gets a
delays
stopwatch on the way out too.
cooldown to come off. Remember, his W is at max
But
level
also,
right
like,
now.
that play
He's
from
able to go
Gragas,
back in and
it's just
open over that.
impossible
So
to
what was a
execute.
4-4? What was a
You
9
can't,
for G2?
unless it's more LeBlanc to actually misplay it.
G2 is sitting with a 3k gold advantage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem there was just the E-ing forward, or the, trying to like E-predict, Caps taking the W back, and then wasting a stopwatch, obviously. It's unnecessary.
Just totally slammed them in the last few minutes.
But in hindsight, like, what could you actually play? What would you actually pick here
I mean, you've got to
against
remember
this
that
team
Fnatic's comp still scales
on
very
5?
well.
I feel like the
They've got
Gragas
hard.
pick is just like questionable.
And I think that if they can
Yeah, it
Maybe
is
you could-
questionable. You could go
Maybe you
like,
could. I mean, you need to find like a pick that can disrupt their ability to play sides. I think.
man, the only thing he could have picked was the River Shen for himself. Holy fuck, it's actually
I
just
mean, I
OP.
was thinking, like, I know he's actually a really good Kha'Zix player. I don't know if he could have played this game.
I feel like it's so hard to play Kha'Zix into a game like this. Like,
I know. I mean,
Camille is like, you ever play Kha'Zix into Camille? How bad does that shit feel?
I mean, it depends how fed the Kha'Zix is,
Yeah.
right? But I get your point.
Won't quite connect on it. Nemesis with the shockwave is actually going to pull Jankos back underneath the turret. And Jankos takes about 4 tower shots there. Perk's still pushing in the mid lane as Reckless and Hillisang will do the
I just
same
realized
at
we're
the
16
bottom.
minutes in
Arrow
game
lands
and
alongside
first
the
Drake
Coach
is still
of Nemesis
available.
knocked up,
Yep.
shut down, stunned.
I think it's fine to like not play for first Drake in certain team comps though. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's okay to just like play. So when Damwon was playing, like in finals, I don't know if you watched the series, but like they would just play. They'd be like, yeah, fuck first Drake. Showmaker would just go for Herald every single time. Herald top dive, break the top turret, get like the 2k gold lead in the
They
game.
were
Just play
playing
from there.
they were playing the
Nidalee
ranks
Renekton.
on-
Yep.
Yeah.
Every time Fnatic and G2 meet, they
I'm
always
surprised.
elevate each
I'm
other.
actually
They always
surprised
bring out the
a
best.
team like
And
Fnatic
this is
wouldn't
what
pull
I
that
want.
off.
I want two teams
I think they
playing
can
well
easily
and
play
one
that.
team
Nidalee
just
Renekton?
playing better.
And right now it feels
Well, I mean, I
like
think EU just doesn't like they just don't like Nidalee at all. Period.
Nemesis does not respect the ultimates. He gets CC down and self-made. He tries to make the hero play here. That ultimate was beautiful. The flash E.
But I think
coming in,
with
Mix is
Fnatic's
able
team
to
comp,
just
they should
flash out
they should have
in
charged
time,
into Drake.
meaning that Selfmade
Wait, he
can't
didn't
get
see
any
him?
kills, and as you said,
No, he
Frost,
just had nowhere
Oh,
to. He had no abilities. But wait, he just missed his
Ah.
Q. He just failed his Q. He could have killed Braum for sure. Selfmade is playing worse than he normally plays this game. For sure. Not even debatable.
it feels like they have done the same with this Shen in this first draft. They brought a new pick in, they've done some dark technology.
But it's
and
just too late for
working so well
Fnatic to actually start caring about the Drake.
Yep. I mean, what, like, you're getting first Drake here at, like, or you're getting, if you get all the next ones, you're getting Soul at, like, 32 or some shit. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think they misunderstood, like, what was actually their purpose in the game.
Caps
If
couldn't
you're,
actually
if
go
you're planning to play a GP on weak side for the entire game, then you must, like, stack the Drakes, so eventually you have to force G2 into team fighting. Else you're just gonna lose the game.
Yep, agreed.
So what are we looking at now? Like 35 minutes so?
Yeah, pretty much 32, something like that.
I'm pretty sure that at that point Kimmel and LeBlanc will just break the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, Baron's gonna be on the map for 12 minutes at that point. I don't even think that you could, like, start. Because that's the problem, is, like, once Baron comes up, if you're not trading Soul for, like, pressure on the Baron, then you just, like, can't really play around the Drakes that much. Unless you have, like, massive side lane pressure and your top laner can solo it or something. So,
yeah, true.
It's kind of hard for, like, you to even have this as a win condition. And, like, you don't really outscale this game. Like, it's going to be so hard for you to play side with, like, Camille LeBlanc splitting with Shen being able to ult to them permanently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just two different kind of comps. Like, it's hard to say, like, who actually, they do different things.
I mean, 5v5, Fnatic should win. They got that going for them.
I mean, if they don't win 5v5, then they lost. So
yeah,
that's the thing.
That's a fact.
But actually, I don't even think it's that easy for them to play 5v5s. Especially if G2 can keep playing sides, then they can always get
like first move
threat
on the fight.
Yeah, and also the threat of flanking.
Yeah, exactly.
If Ori and Jin can't move forward or stay together and they have to be afraid of flanks, then they can't really play.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just like the first move from, like, the side lane matters so much in these situations. Selfmade isn't even doesn't even have Zhonya's yet, so he's just doomed.
Okay, good flash. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's super over. You know, Caps has got his 10 stacks on Majai, so it's doomed.
I love that so many people are starting to pick up on the Magi.
It's a broken item. It's a really broken item.
It's really good.
I can agree.
Man, it's still bugging my mind. Like, what can you actually pick on 5 that is better? I need to see some
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of drafted yourself, because, like, the problem is you're saving, like, counter pick jungle, and then there's not even many junglers that can actually do anything here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it can't be that you blind, like, because they showed the Shen going to jungle, so I don't believe, like, you can. There should be a good pick that you can either fuck with the fact that Shen can't farm jungle properly. So, like, okay, so this might be absolutely crazy, right? But what if you pick Kayn?
Wait, Kayn, actually, I think this would be a fine Kayn game. 3 melees, like a red Kayn game.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing that I'm thinking about is, like, okay, so if you pick Kayn, like, is there a chance that you get fucked level 1?
Nah, I don't believe it. You can play Kayn like kind of how you would play Lilia.
Yeah. No, but that's what I was saying, is, like, because you want to play Kayn like you play Lilia, where, like, Wraith start into stuff like that, like Wraith start, cross mat, like, whatever you can do from that perspective. But here I'm just, like, I'm debating whether or not the Kayn is going to be able to, like, do anything with
you're putting the game in your hands, kind of, because if you don't actually execute it well, you'll just solo lose the game. Yep. That's just how the champion works. But I feel like you should be able to do more in the game.
Man, I'm gonna see Shen jungle every single game in solo queue. Like, what's happening now? Wait, do you actually still play solo queue much, or no?
Not very often. Yeah. A little bit. I'm like I'm a grandmaster in EU, but I don't play very often. I think maybe a couple of games a week.
Holy shit, a couple games a week. Damn. Do you not enjoy it anymore, or is it just because like you were taking like a break?
I mean, I do enjoy playing the game, but I also it's not like it's not too good for me to just like play. I don't feel like I gain that much from playing, so instead since I'm not looking to continue playing as a player, I'm doing like other stuff. So I'm like trying to read more and try to do other stuff that I enjoy doing that is not playing. So trying to educate myself a little bit.
Holy shit, he's a man of culture, guys. That's how you become a coach. You just like read books and shit. Get ready with glasses too.
Read books and then just remember what you read, and then hopefully it works.
What type of books are you reading?
Oh man, a lot of different stuff, but a lot of stuff that involves like habits, performance.
Have you ever read the book Outliers?
No.
That book is goated for stuff like that. It's actually a really interesting book. I don't know if
what you call it?
Outliers. It's by Malcolm Gladwell. It's actually a goated book, and it's like very. I think it'd be probably right up your alley. What are you talking about?
I mean, it's basically like a lot of. I think it's in the realm of psychology, like in some way. A lot of the stuff I'm reading. But it's basically just like to get different. I feel like there's a big. I mean, you can. It's like normally in a sport, in normal sports, when you go from a player to a coach, it's more about like you actually spend a couple of years educating yourself in some way. But in League, because the system is just so young, like
yeah, you just go straight.
Yeah, so I feel like it puts responsibility on those people to actually put in some effort to try to like not just go from being a player to coach just because you can, but actually try to find ways to make a difference in it. Else, I feel like you're just doing it because you can rather than actually
doing it
for
the paycheck.
Yeah, so that's kind of my idea about it.
Yep, for sure. This game is pretty done.
We completely lost track of the game, yeah.
Yeah, true. But I mean, the game hasn't really changed. The game state is the same since. I mean, essentially.
I mean, after the double kill on LeBlanc on bot, I felt like the game was over because Wonder was also. I think he was like 30 CS up on top.
Well, I mean, it's what we said before with the like how G2 is gonna play on sides. Like they just 1-3-1 with the River Shen just like being able to ult aside, and no one can play the game. Like you saw it once on bot, now you're seeing it, or you saw it on top, now you see it on bot. Like, how do you play?
Yeah, and then the problem is like then the only option you have is you can go mid and force, but if you don't actually have pressure on the map to make your sides rotate, and I don't even think they win the 2v3 in mid, then it's just you have nowhere to gain pressure.
Yeah, you don't win the 3v3 in mid. Like,
yeah, for sure not.
And this fight is like, Ori has DP in 20, so if they can somehow stall it out, they could be fine. But I mean, Mickey's just blocking. They're just dead. It's just doomed. Jankos is here now. That cask did negative damage somehow. For some reason, that actually healed Perks when he used it. Okay, that arrow was a little bit sus, but we take it.
G2 are playing with Fnatic.
22 out of 25, 25 stacks, bro. It doesn't matter. He could have 5 stacks. He could die twice, run it down. He'll still be stronger.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the scary part. Like they have so many options of how they can play the map with the LeBlanc and kill. That's actually something they used to do a lot, G2. I don't know if you recall, but they used to play a lot where they would both have, whenever they both had TP, they would both go to bot lane, and then they would just gank the guy too much and have TP for Baron.
Yeah, they love that shit. The like shadowing the soul, both soul laners shadowing each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was their fucking go-to last, and they would do it so. And a lot of the times they would even like. They'd even have like an extra ability because like Ryze was in the meta and stuff like that, so they would just like have like Ryze shadowing with his ulti too, and it's like you don't even feel like you can gain anything.
facing off against Caps.
And because they're both like so good, then they're always relevant in the game. So even if you shut them down in the early game somehow, they would still find ways to create things.
Alright, this is a little
So
bit grief. I'm pretty sure this is a hard
Yeah.
grief from them, but okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he couldn't go back. That's a juicy shutdown.
yeah, it's a big fucking grief, but I still don't see how you win this game.
Yeah, I actually have no clue. If I was on the Fnatic team right now, I would have no clue.
That's pretty good though. A good trade. 10
It's
stacks on the
basically
board.
you're just waiting, you're just sitting back, waiting
Waiting
and
for them to
hoping,
fuck up.
yeah, like they just did. Or eventually they just have to find ways to push one side wave and group and force. So like kind of what you see Nemesis doing now top, like trying to remove the wave before they protect it and
But
then
this is
group.
G2 getting to play
try to
G2
fight.
style. The biggest issue is that they
But
kept
G2 never,
saying, "We no
G2
longer
actually don't
play
have
the
to
style
fight.
that
They can
beats
literally just sit
payments
back
in this meta. We
and
don't
play the
like to
size.
do it." And it was a matter of what would they find to break the meta. The
Yeah,
longer
they-
that they got to sit
I mean, I actually
But they
kind
have
of.
to go, they will go blue side next game, right?
that is what has broken.
Uh,
Thank you, North
Fnatic?
America.
Yeah.
I don't know because who actually got side selection in this series? Because last series, the G2 series, G2 was taking purple side every single time. They wanted purple.
Huh. I actually don't know. Does anyone know?
Yeah, does Chad know who got side selection for this? Because G2 is higher seed coming into playoffs, but I don't know if it works the same way as it does in NA.
Expectation 1-3-1.
Well, so the awkward
Yeah, I mean, I know that the loser pick sides, but it's just who picked.
Fnatic got side. Fnatic got side is what people said.
G2 is definitely not weak, but
Okay.
Fnatic's wave clearing
Okay.
is very strong. With a Gangplank, with an Orianna, the moment this Baron disappears, it becomes a lot harder for G2 to siege unless they
Interesting.
actually find a successful pick. So you're relying on Fnatic making a mistake here, and credit to Fnatic.
Okay,
They are a
so-
team
First pick
that
Shen.
is known for
For, I'm
controlling
digging that first pick Shen.
the game. So
I mean, do you ban Shen?
yeah, I still think
Nah,
they have tools to be able to
I don't think so. It's more about the fact that they now know it's a flex. So I think they will just draft differently, or removing tools that can be annoying. So like for example, when they pick GP on 3, if you know the Shen is a flex, then you should remove champions that can win 1v1 against GP.
But
So like
can
for
Camille,
example, removing Camille.
but can Camille even win 1v1 against GP if he's actually able to like lane normally? Because I feel like in this lane,
I mean, eventually he will beat him 1v1
Yeah.
on items. I think it depends on a lot of factors early on, like how the lane goes. But I think around 2 items, the Camille will always win.
oh my god, wait, what? What is happening here?
Oh, okay.
I mean, they can.
What-
I think they can actually make a play top now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
They can.
He's dead. That's actually a huge throw from. Oh,
Oh, he
he
flashed forward.
missed. He flashed forward and he missed his Q. More importantly,
Okay, sick. Nice Jin W.
Reckless actually playing pretty well this game.
But in the final moments of this game.
Man, I really hate this purchase. I mean, I understand why he feels like he has to do it, but in this game, like going the
Hex trigger?
hex trigger third. Yeah, how did you know I was gonna talk about that? How did you know?
I mean,
man?
I mean, I saw it, so I was like, yeah. I had the same feeling.
Yeah, it feels wrong, right? Like it just feels like it
Yeah.
shouldn't be there. I guess.
But again, I mean, you're probably happy having it if it's either you get that or you just get one tap.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm wondering like, because the thing is, how much MR do you actually get from the hex trigger? I think it's what 20, 35 something. Let's see.
Yeah, and then the shield.
Hex trigger. Because the thing is like, what happens when you build this item and then Camille just goes and one taps you? Either way.
Yeah.
And it gives you 35 MR.
Yeah, and then you get you get the shield that is alright. I mean, at this point in the game, it's like 200 something, 220.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, do you even know you're gonna get popped by the shield? 35. I mean, I guess it's fine. I just don't like it when I see it. You know, it feels fucked.
Yeah,
Meager amount for
I
the
agree with
LeBlanc,
you.
although he has
But
got
again,
19
I mean,
stacks of
he
Abaddon's
probably
Death,
pressed
Lulu's
tap and
Echo,
saw
and he's
LeBlanc
used
items.
Hourglass alongside the Oblivion Orb.
Yeah.
A little extra magic
Well, I mean, when he
penetration.
bought it was like,
Back
what,
up in
Zanya's...
14 seconds. Ocean Dragon in
Like, the guy didn't
37,
even have a
it's not soul
fucking
point
large
for
rod
anyone.
yet.
So you have to feel G2 are going to try and set up their vision control around this topside jungle.
Let's see. So like this, actually at this point, it's like it's a good time for where G2 could do the bot thing with 2 people bot, because they have full topside control, so they can easily shift that way.
I feel like they can do it,
Okay.
but a lot of their team comp right now just seems like the main goal right now is just like splitting the GP into Shen, just because you know you're gonna win that.
I really don't like the way G2 is playing though.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be on Fnatic to force the fights and G2 to play them. Oh my god!
Oh,
Wait,
Wonder.
is it actually happening?
It's winnable. It's so winnable. Now they get
It's
Baron.
winnable, yeah.
They get Baron, and they're chilling. I feel like after they get Baron,
And
they're
there was a
fine.
massive difference there. Reckless.
I mean, they can at least stall the game for Ori to get 2 items or get the death cap, right? So I mean, there's hope. There's hope. The game is alive. What is happening?
Yeah, the game is really alive. Well, I mean, I think that they're just not making use of the Shen, right? Like, if you're picking Shen and then you're just forcing hard forced 5v5s, it's just bad. Like, you have to make the
Like,
Shen
for
useful.
example, yeah, exactly. So like, for example, in these scenarios, if you force them to if you force them in a position where they have to face check, then the Camille can just pressure bot with the channel. Like it just with the comp they have, it should never be G2 that forces into their format. They can force on their side, but they should never force on their format. I think that's just wrong.
I actually like how Whipple built this game. I know he's probably gonna get flat for it, but I think they're going Sterax second into GA.
Yeah, I
When
mean,
you're getting
I think
forced on
it's
side,
like-
I think it's really
He
smart.
just has to survive, no? That's his only job. If they can't break him on the side, then they actually have a chance to win.
And I will say,
Yep,
I
absolutely.
love Hylissang's itemization choice to help Reckless stay alive. He's gone for the redemption second on a Nautilus. You don't usually see that.
So
Usually
weird
you
seeing
build
G2
a
throw
little
games
bit
like
more
this, because I mean, these players
Yeah.
know this, right? Like,
But
it's
it's
not,
basically like it's the same they did yesterday when they played. Like there were so many games where he just got popped.
Yep.
Okay, Channel. Yeah.
Shen ult onto Nemesis. Nemesis has his on.
Okay.
Oh, this is fucked. They just win the game here. They can maybe end if they win it hard enough.
No, they're okay.
Okay. Surprising. I mean, Reckless just one shot Camille
And we are getting to a point where you wonder
through the fucking
G2
Death
have been
Dance. I
a
don't give a
little bit
fuck.
quicker
Alright,
to
I guess
pick
we're
up
going
these
to Soul,
Dragon.
man.
Cool items, though.
You said the Soul is gonna be nothing? Here, 40 minutes Soul coming in for G2. They're gonna get it, man.
But it's legit the same situation that the Gragas is in with the Hexringer situation. Like look how he just got popped. He has 0 MR.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it always feels playing Gragas, though, into LeBlanc. I actually hate playing this matchup.
You need hands to play it, you know. So that's probably why you're struggling a little bit.
Sure, man. Sure, man. It was just the hands matchup. I mean, it just feels like it's on like LeBlanc to outplay. Like I feel like LeBlanc has the tools.
No, I
right?
agree
'Cause
with you.
LeBlanc can W forward, and then if you body slam, then she can just take her W back at any point. So like you're just always in this and you don't get natural MR, but it's so hard to play. You gotta show me how it's done, man.
I mean, I don't have hands anymore, you know. So don't worry. We're in the same club.
Anymore, pretending like we didn't see 2019 summer. Okay, man, sure. I didn't watch.
I didn't watch as well.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were watching.
It's lost from memory.
And
Yeah.
I want to talk about
Good.
the
That's why you needed the year break, you know?
Yeah.
Figure out the amnesia problems. Now you're ready to return. I like it.
By a gold lead.
I was searching for my hands the last year, but I couldn't find them. So there was only one choice.
Makes sense. Holy fuck.
Post 30 minutes, when 80 carries traditionally are valuable, suddenly it looks a lot
I'm so like disappointed by G2 this game. Like I can't
Yeah,
believe
same.
it.
I mean, the game is super free if you just keep on 1-3-1-ing, right? Like, there's no way to
Yeah,
lose.
exactly. Like
but now he is set up
they
to
have
do so
played
to
situation like
perfection on this
these
gen.
so many times, like so many times. Even at the Worlds, was it in 18 when Wonder was like only playing split push champs when they had when they still had perks in mid.
Yep.
He would just destroy the game from side, literally destroy the game. He
Every
would get
game.
ahead, and he would just destroy the game. So
They would-
I don't understand what changed.
They
Like,
would play these
and it-
same types of team comps, like Camille, LeBlanc.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's caps now, but it's the same concept.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Like nothing is happening, and because of the early, because no one took the Drakes, then there's no threat of like Ocean Soul here. So it's just, Fnatic just gets to scale for free, and then they will probably get like one. They will get one team fight in like 2 minutes 30 when the Ocean Drake is spawning. That will be a team fight, and then it's just down to mechanics
Yeah.
and
Winner wins.
setting it up properly. Yeah.
Man, I mean, you don't even feel good if you're at this point with G2 though. Like, the
Yeah.
6-item Jin is gonna crit the he can't even be really killed by the Camille anymore.
So you're losing some of those slots where you could have control wards, and you can see Hilly face
Okay.
very confidently. Fnatic have to be on
Okay,
perfect
Hilly.
form to make sure that they can.
Wait, Hilly has over 5 deaths. Oh no.
As long as Reckless has eyes on
I was about to say it. I was like, oh, wait, how many deaths does he have? We had
It's a good
7.
time to check right
it's
there.
okay. It's acceptable so far. 7 is okay.
I normally
When you
say
go
like,
When you go past 10, that's when you start being a little bit worried.
yeah, for me it's like the 8 deaths is like the break point for Nautilus. That's like what we call that is like we call that like the stunt line, because in NA
Yeah.
stunt would die 8 times a game every single time. So that for me is the stunt line. You go past 8 deaths, then you're just running it down. Before that, you're just playing aggressive.
What's up with NA and not picking Nautilus? Like they're
They
just
just
afraid
hate
of
it. I
running.
don't know, man. I don't know. It's because every Nautilus player that picked it here would just run it down every single game. So like, I think Bifrost played it one game, went like 11 deaths, and never picked it again.
Yeah, okay.
And that's why it feels like that top inhib.
Because whenever I watch it in like EU or even in China
LPL,
or like China or Korea, it just looks really fucking good.
Yep.
You have so much like in the first 50 minutes you're just online.
So it's pretty much just like, the way that I thought it was like Nautilus is just OP, and then if somebody picks Nautilus, you can pick Leona into it. And that's like all the Asian regions. That's their mentality on the pick. It's like, it's OP, you can blind it, and then the only thing that you can kind of play into it is Leona. But
Yeah.
in NA, it's like people pick Bard, and like the idea of picking Nautilus into Bard and just 1v9ing, just not there. Like no one cares about that shit.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
So
let's see, like, Does G2 flip the team fight, or do they just like split up and play the
I
map?
think they just split up and play for Soul at this point. I mean, the game has already been so doomed.
I mean, that's
but-
what they should have done the last 20 minutes, but let's see. So like they're actually playing with it now.
But the big key things are
So now Fnatic has to respond, and then G2 can probably start the objective.
A single minion wave for Catch to get a better position here, as we are lining up for a big fight for Soul.
Look at top lane right now.
Okay, so he has to go hit the inhib now. If they start the Drake, he should hit. Yeah, he will walk
I mean,
up.
he's still way stronger than Nemesis.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean they can't do anything.
Wait, it's just Ocean
G2
Soul.
just played the situation correctly, so
wow,
Fnatic can't really do much.
it's almost like when they 1-3-1, then they just have complete control of the map.
Yeah, exactly. Because it should. This is what it should be like the entire game. That Fnatic has to find openings for them to actually do anything. But G2 just gave them. Will they start Baron?
Disaster. And this is
Oh my.
This is
Actually, I don't mind starting Baron. I think actually starting Baron is not bad.
Yeah, because it forces
might-
them to come to you.
You might lose the game right there, but it's better than getting split to death.
Well, the thing is, if you're not starting the Baron and you don't make it like a flip for it, or you don't bring the enemies to you, then you have to assume that that G2 is going to be able to just get the Baron for free eventually by map control. So
Or like
it's
find a way to force the Camille TP. That is probably like the ideal situation.
I think in an ideal world, G2 don't actually.
But now they will just do the same again.
The Ocean Soul, but with double Zonyas, with a stopwatch, with GAs, with just.
I mean, Nemesis is shadowing, but
Oh,
I,
he's going.
I
Yeah,
like
he's
this
going.
here.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Too bad he's on a ward, but like, it's a smart play.
Straight up 5v5, so
But I don't even think that Wonder really wants to go for this anymore. Like, I think
So
the
now-
main pressure is on the LeBlanc side. to
Yeah,
one-shot.
but now they have one wave timing where they can fight. So they will 100% look for fight now.
gargoyle stone plate. Hopefully they keep Reckless alive.
Okay, I don't.
They're
Why is he
getting
giving his
first
life
at this.
for
Cap's probably
Bernard?
gonna trade his life here.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got caught out. Shockwave comes down, but he's going to use
I guess he
the
figured he was dead no matter
stopwatch,
what.
gets the inhibitor. Meanwhile, the rest of G2 are setting up around this Baron. Hillersang's gonna
Okay,
get
this
caught
is
out
so
with the
bad.
arrow. The
This
rest
is
of
so
the
bad for
Baron,
G2.
the hook comes in, Hillersang steps
There's
back
no
with
way
the
that they
arrow,
like they
just
kill this guy,
showing
but the
trying to get into the middle of the
cost is
Okay.
gonna be so much.
He's buttlining, knocked back by the Casker's perks.
Okay.
But G2 have been able to
So they had to use
disengage.
flash there on
Here
Shen.
comes Whippo, teleporting
Oh, he
behind them.
TP'd behind.
He's got the GA, he's
Yeah,
got the
this should be
stopwatch,
really
still
good for
a
them.
long way
Like, there's
to
no-
If they can
go.
find the fight, this should be good, yeah.
Comes down
Yeah.
and Wonder rejoins the fight from the
Stopwatch,
bottom side.
okay.
Before in favor of the
I
The
think they're
Shadow?
insane though.
Done by Selfmade, but he's
Okay.
gonna flash out of the back of it.
I mean, I just don't know if G2 has a damage here.
Joining his teammates, Selfmade's down. Perks
Okay,
gets the
they ended
kill.
up getting one.
Hillersang stepping forward once again. Reckless trying to get the damage up, but those shots
Caps is
are
TP
too
in
slow.
20.
They're
They
too
just need to
weak.
chill.
Wonder
G2 just
tries
needs to
Yeah,
chill
yeah.
because they're gonna get Baron for free.
think, yeah, they won. They should have. This should be like the win for sure.
And in a 4v5,
They will get Baron and they
G2
have
were
top
able to
inhib.
hold the line this time against Fnatic, and with Caps respawning in 9 seconds, his TP up and available.
Honestly, Ocean Soul
You have
looks,
to
a
wonder how
little bit
G2
busted
were
there,
able to
all I'm
get
saying.
away with that. Caps taking an
We
inhibitor,
don't talk about
end up
it.
trading 1-4
We just ignore it?
and G2 will also
Yeah.
lock
I mean, I know the observers
No,
like to
no,
ignore
no,
the
this
Ocean
one is
Soul
going
because they don't
free,
even
like
put
you said, TP from
the
Caps
graphic
onto
on the screen with
midnight.
circles around him, man.
Pushing out the wave.
Like, how terrifying is it when you're playing and you see like the circles of Ocean Soul around the enemies? Just feels so doomed.
Really destroy Fnatic's base
I
and
mean,
sink
I
their team
just
into a
disabled
possible
it.
game 1
Can
victory.
disable it.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
Because mental edge. Oh damn, that's a good arrow, man. You can definitely do a lot if that hits.
You gold.
Okay. Caps needs to poke so he gets his Ocean Soul proc. Look at how OP that is. Ravenous Hunter, I assume he has as well.
I mean, they will just drive it in now. I think there's nothing Fnatic can do.
Okay. Traded Caps flash for Nemesis flash. I'd say that's worth.
So are they actually gonna wait for the top wave to win the game, or do they just run it?
I think they just go bot here.
They continue to land punch after punch in the faces of Fnatic, and Fnatic can't get back off the map. G2
Oh, this is just a huge running it by G2. This is like the worst type of fight you could look for right here.
Knocked back with Casker's Wonder as he goes onto the back line. Hillersang almost down though. And
Oh.
G2 are still so healthy.
Okay. Wait, Perks is dead.
Come back.
Oh man, it's so
Wait.
cringe though. It's like the worst fights you could look for. Oh! The bullet is traveling
it
across
was
the map.
gonna
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Is it gonna hit? Or did it already hit?
Once again, Fnatic hold the line.
Man, but it's like-
In that situation, you can literally wait for the
The
top
top
wave
wave. Yeah,
to come
you
in.
just
You have Baron, and you just win the game.
Yep. But look at like the way that they're fighting. This is so like you're engaging on the front line when they're right in front of turrets. Like somebody has to know that this is bad. I don't believe that none of them realize that this is not the play. Look at that.
Scares me a little bit, like looking ahead for like worlds and stuff. It
Yeah,
scares me a little bit. They're doing so many mistakes.
Yep, same.
Like you do these kind of mistakes against down one or
Yeah, top
any
JDG.
honestly any team from any team from LPL that goes,
Yep.
it will be hard.
One target down
Yep.
at a time, and the fact that Hillersang, like, if you have a
No
look
way
at
that
the
Fnatic
damage
wins from this.
taken
Yeah, I mean, there's
after
3
the
inhibs
game,
still
I feel
there.
Hillsang's
Like,
gonna be
you have the
really
pressure.
far
You should at
up
least
but, like, unbelievable
be able
of only
to
game one, both
translate
teams
this into
so
Elder
they
at the
can
very
get
minimum,
though.
but like,
Fnatic
the
stop
game should have been over,
G2
like,
from ending
literally
the game.
15
The
minutes
Baron's
ago.
going to wear out soon. G2 likely to get the Elder Soul. The question is, will that even be enough to end Fnatic's defense?
Listen, Reddy,
I
the difference
mean,
between
that's
a
kind of why like
is just the
we
follow-up
lose a little bit
that
track
you
of the game because
That's very true. That
in
is
our
so,
mind
so
it just
true.
should be over like a long time ago. So you don't pay attention to all the details that are happening.
That is a mantra for everyone, Frost. I love that
So let's see,
much.
they have TP on Kimmel, and they will just keep playing side.
Of the words of Perks at the end of last year,
And
he
they get
said,
free Elder at
"We
least.
may lose the game, but
Yeah.
we will make them sweat for it." And that feels exactly like what Fnatic
I wonder
are
about this
doing
build
right here.
from-
There's, like, there's
Maybe they're
never
going
been
for like a
Fnatic
new
with
record,
Ocean
you know?
Soul down,
Let's
but they were
play
Baron
5
down.
games,
It is very
the
likely
longest
that
series of
they
all
lose this game
time.
in this
But you think
position.
Riot
It's
put
very
him
hard
up to
for them
it?
to win, but
Riot like
they will make
agreed with
Maybe
them
let's
before this.
make history.
Yeah. Like, hey, this is the best viewership we're probably gonna get all year, even more than potentially Worlds. So let's just make it. Let's make it a fucking banger. How about that?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Even if they do have the Elder, if they're caught out, if they they get landed on by a shockwave, a barrel,
Does the NA like the NA final will it start like no matter what for even if the EU games are not over?
I'm not
You
sure.
know?
I'm not sure. I don't think we've had that happen yet. Oh, Caps. Wait, I don't even know if you're
Oh,
supposed
he's
to
dead
TP
as
him.
well.
Like, I feel like Jankos is supposed to just let him die.
Okay, so can they stop the backs? Can they stop? No, they can't. Wait.
Oh,
He's
what is
running
Wonder
down.
doing? He's gonna look to flash on Reckless, I guess.
Man,
This
this is so horrible to watch.
Yeah, it's really, really ugly.
This is almost like watching an NA game.
almost. Not there yet. Jesus.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I kind of like watching TSM nowadays. I actually think it's getting a lot better at least.
Think so?
I like the fact that they're actually like trying the stuff that are actually really good on the patch. You know what I mean? I feel like they're willing to, even though there are some holes in their gameplay, but at least they're trying.
I thought you were gonna say in their brains. We'll take the gameplay though. It's all good.
What?
5 minutes?
No. I mean, come on. I'm not here to blame.
Yeah, I mean, we normally try to avoid flaming on my stream if possible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a Christian
no
stream.
Only good vibes.
Christian stream, and especially it's a Sunday, you know, it's the Lord's Day. So, you know, we gotta make sure that we keep the flaming to a minimum.
Oh my god. But you actually think they're playing pretty poorly or what? TSM?
Yeah, I mean, like, I just see so many.
But they're just playing. Everyone else is just absolute garbage.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad. I think it's pretty like unplayably bad. So for example, oh, it's an Elder. Okay, they just win the game here, right? That should be game.
I feel like we have said that so many times, so I'm not gonna say anything. Like.
Yeah, but like this, I mean. Okay, so I guess they at least get Baron from it, but they should be able to get 2 more inhibs here.
G2 just trying to break open
Okay,
this.
so
have
they
Elder.
take the fight.
Do they get the Ori ult onto
Yeah,
Perks here?
it's
Oh,
over. It's over. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Gone as well. And Caps and Wonder dive onto the back line. And try as you might, Fnatic, you cannot stop the oncoming storm. G2 wipe Fnatic out.
Honestly, I think it was the big draft gift.
Game 1
Yep.
of this series in the longest game of summer.
You said it, Medic. Fnatic are making G2 sweat for it. This is only game 1 of G2 Fnatic. But Fnatic,
God bless, this game is over.